Hello my dear friends, welcome to the Prayer and Biblical Stories channel. Today we will share with you the true story of Moses. Who was Moses and why did God choose him? But before telling this incredible story, subscribe to the channel, because we bring stories from the Bible to you and your family on a daily basis. Turn on the notification bell to always be notified when there are new videos here on the channel. Who was Moses? What is its importance in the Bible? Why did your story serve and still serve as an inspiration to this day? The story of Moses is surrounded by several ups and downs. Knowing about the life of Moses is understanding where the history of Israel as a nation began. Moses was God's instrument so that the promise made to Abraham was fulfilled. Therefore, anyone who wants to know more about the Bible needs to know this important character better. Moses was a great statesman. He established the legal, civil, and religious foundations. He was also responsible for transforming a people accustomed to slavery to behave and act like a great nation. Furthermore, he is also one of the authors of the Bible. Among the great deeds of Moses the following stand out. Open the Red Sea. Elaboration and application of Israel's system of laws. Foundation of the religious system of the people of God. Separation and regulation of the priesthood as an office. Construction of the tabernacle. Formed intelligence and military service. Saw the back of God. Wrote the first 5 books of the Bible. He led the people to the entrance of the Promised Land. This brief summary shows the importance of Moses for the history of Israel. At the time of Jesus, the inheritance of all the work carried out by this servant of the Lord still existed. In addition to his political and religious importance, Moses was also a great prophet and speaks to God face to face. The story of Moses begins in the midst of a complicated historical and political context. The people of Israel had gone to live in Egypt at the time that Joseph was governor. With the death of Joseph and the end of the dynasty of pharaohs who sympathized with the Hebrews, the situation changes drastically. They go from the status of accepted immigrants to slaves. The new pharaoh, fearing that the Hebrews would grow too big and strong, orders the death of every male Hebrew baby. Moses is born during this period. His parents, afraid that their son would be killed, hide him in a basket and place him in the bed of the Nile River. He is found by Pharaoh's daughter and raised as a prince in Egypt. Moses, as an adult, attacks an Egyptian soldier who was mistreating a Hebrew. He kills the soldier and, afraid of being caught and condemned, he runs away. He spends 40 years in the desert, where he is welcomed by Jethro and his daughters. Moses during this period lives a simple life. He marries one of Jethro's daughters and helps his father-in-law with his work. After 40 years, Moses has his first encounter with God. He finds a bush on Mount Horeb that was burning but not consumed. From this bush he hears the voice of God and returns to Egypt, where he begins a process of freeing God's people from slavery and servitude. Pharaoh does not accept the idea of freeing the Hebrew people well. With this, God uses Moses to inflict 10 plagues on Egypt. Water turned to blood. Frog infestation. Mosquitoes. Flies. Pests in animals. Ulcers. Rain of stones. Locust. Darkness. Death of firstborns. Moses opens the Red Sea. Pharaoh finally releases the Hebrew people. But soon after authorizing the people to leave, Pharaoh regrets and joins the army in an attempt to bring the Hebrews back to Egypt. The people are trapped between the mountains and a large river known as the Red Sea. Moses prays to God. God orders Moses to touch the waters with his staff and they open for the people to pass through. Pharaoh's army drowns, as when passing through the Red Sea the waters return to their natural state. With this begins a new stage in the life of the people of Israel and in the history of Moses. Moses now goes from liberator to leader of the people. During this period they walk through the desert for a period of time. Moses had many ups and downs with the people in the desert. The people acted with great ingratitude in the face of everything God did to them. Due to these moments, Moses became furious and lost the right to enter the promised land. The story of Moses is full of supernatural facts and mysteries. The most intriguing mystery about Moses' life is his death. Moses died in old age, but his death is curious. He was led to a certain part of a hill. He continued and climbed only the rest of the route. At the top of the mountain he sees the promised land and dies. At first glance there is nothing strange. However, the problem arises when the subject is Moses' body. Moses' body was never found. The only biblical account of what happened to Moses' body is in Jude 9, in the New Testament. It says that Satan and Michael fought to see who would get the prophet's body. It is not known why God or Satan had an interest in Moses' body. Some believe that God did not want the people to end up idolizing Moses' body as happened with the snake and the calf. Moses was undoubtedly one of the most important characters in the Bible. Statesman, prophet, judge and servant of God. He lived a life to fulfill the Lord's purpose in the lives of the chosen people. The story of Moses inspired and will continue to inspire everyone who seeks answers to life in the Holy Scriptures. Did you like this incredible story of Moses? Leave your comment below this video because it is very important to us.